And interestingly, God, I shouldn't say this, but I can't remember whether I covered it in the book. But I wrote a piece for The Guardian last week.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I said in there was that people who believe that they're above this kind of thing often end up becoming a victim because they sort of think, oh, well, I'm too clever for that.
Yeah.
And as a result, they're not looking out for it. They don't believe they're the right target market. And what makes it worse is that because of that, they then think, oh, God, well, I'm not going to report it because I'm one of those stupid people that
Yeah.
I had a go at before.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting thing.
It is interesting, and and there's a story there about a female detective who has who, I mean, the balls on the guy to think I'm going out with a detective and I'm going to try and con her, and he did meet up with her, so it was a bit different. But she was still able to fall for that despite everything else. I mean, it's because people are, the people who, if you cast your net wide enough, as the internet shows, there'll be people there who are vulnerable, have something in their life going on that means they want to latch on to someone else, or just lonely, which a lot of people on the internet will be, and therefore you only need to catch 1 in 1,000 or whatever.
This is it. So the fraudsters, when you actually see footage of them, so they sit on let's say dating sites, and they will like every single female profile. So they're not just scamming one person at a time. They're like you say, they're casting their net as wide as they possibly can because they think, oh, somebody's going to bite. And as soon as they do, that's it. They latch on. And if somebody's on a dating site and they are looking for love, then that is a slight vulnerability, I guess, in that, everything else in your life might be amazing. The women I've spoken to, they have been articulate, intelligent, attractive. They've had good social lives. They are not the stereotype of, this kind of lonely middle-aged woman sitting and crying into her chocolate. That's not always how it is.
No, but I think it's sort of interesting that, because I was thinking about this the other day. I've been married with my wife for 16 years, and I was just thinking how awful it would have to be to go back to dating again. And so I'm glad that I'm not dating. But if you've been in a relationship for 20 years and your husband leaves you or your husband dies, you don't, and then you come into this new world, and the dating, even since I've, in the 16 years I've been with my wife, there was a little bit of internet dating at the 16 years ago, but not much. And so,
that's probably Friends Reunited, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It really was. And so, the landscape's completely changed. So you wouldn't, you'd be befuddled by it, and you might feel, I would feel, oh God, well, I'm nearly 60 now, no one's going to be interested in me. So you would latch on to. You do say in the book, you are concentrating on mainly females being scammed. But it obviously does happen to guys as well.
It's 50-50 statistically.
Yeah.
But I actually, during the process of this, I was told how many scammers were on Tinder.
Yeah.
So I went on and I met my now fiance.
Right.
So through the process of looking for internet fraudsters, I found, well, I hope he's not a fraudster. That would be a whole other book.
Have you met him yet? Have you actually met him in person?
No.
Okay,
no.
It's probably fine. Has he asked for money? I just need some money to buy you.
It's fine.